Okay, today we're going to go over a test route with one of my pupils. I'm going to go over the test route with this pupil and I'm going to give you an idea of what you need to be doing. My pupil is almost ready for his driving test. His driving test is booked, it's reasonably soon. So realistically, we're expecting him to be driving to a safe standard today. Without any further delay, we're going to go over the test route together. The test route itself is approximately 7.5 miles, 8 miles. It takes you usually about 25 minutes sat-nav, and the rest is verbal. In terms of my test route that I'm doing with my pupil, this will be one of the routes possibly you could have on your driving test. So we're going to move off in a couple of seconds. I'm going to tell my pupil to move off, but before we do, I want you to understand this is for educational purposes only. Okay, let's get ready. Let's move off when it's safe. Okay, so we're going to follow the road ahead. We're going to take the next road, the second road, sorry, on the right. It's just after the pedestrian crossing. So you'll see the zebra crossing. Just after the zebra crossing, you're turning right. This one here. So here you start your routine by checking your mirrors, signalling. Here, as you're turning into this road, you're going to watch out for the local bus coming down that road. So make sure the bus isn't coming down as you're going in. Now we can see the yellow van coming along the road. We're not going to turn yet, so we're looking ahead of us. It's ahead of us safe. He's looked up the road, now he's turning in. We can see the van coming, but the van's a fair distance away. So now as we're going up into this road, forgive me, I'm going to replace this this mount. I can see the camera shaking. So on this road at the moment, the speed limit is 30. So we need to keep our speed reasonable. So a reasonable speed would be between 25 and 30. Now on some cars, new cars like mine, it has a camera. It picks up on side street signs. So it'll tell you that the speed limit is 20 when it's in effect really 30. So this is typically a road that your examiner could ask you to park up on the right. That's exactly the maneuver I'm going to ask this pupil to do at some point if it's safe. Now, because it's not safe, the examiner will not give you that maneuver to do. So he will then say, cancel the maneuver, and he will then say, follow the road ahead. So you may get an emergency stop to do instead. We're now going to take the next road. No, it's okay, fine. So we're going to continue following this road ahead. And now, in terms of the speed limit has changed. So the speed limit is now 20. So now we need to make sure that the speed that we're traveling at is appropriate for the environment we're in. So where we are currently, we're doing 19 miles an hour. Now we're doing 20. That's reasonable. The roads are clear. The situation is good. Now usually, now we've dropped our speed, we're going over a speed bump. Now usually on this road, what you'll find is the speed is around 15 to 20. Why? Because the school is normally on. Now we're going to stop here to let this car come through. Stop. Now I've dual controlled him there. Now we can go. So you've got control of the vehicle. That's because he got very close to the car on the left. Now what he did, he matched his speed. That was wrong of him to do that. He matched the car in front speed and he got close to the van. So now he's reducing his speed and this is correct. At the end of the road, turn left. Okay. So the sat-nav here would say to you, at the end of the road, turn left, or in 300 yards, turn left. So the speed limit is still 20 because we can see a sign ahead of us showing 30. So we're turning left at the end of the road, yeah. Left, please, yes. We're looking at his positioning. His positioning is good, and he's going to go into this far left-hand corner, and he's going to stop on the line. He's going to stop on the line. And if it's safe, he's going to go. And it is. So he's off. Now, as he turns, he looks at these cars that are coming onto this road. Now, as you're going ahead on this road, you've got to watch out for buses. We're looking, we can't see an issue because the road is compact, there's cars on either side. Now we can see a sign telling us there's traffic lights and there's a crossroad here. Now we can see a lorry coming up the road, but there's enough space, so we're going to continue. The lorry's flashing him to turn, so we're looking at what the lorry driver is actually doing. It's fine. As we're going down this road, it looks good. Conditions are good. Now as we go down this road, as we go past Morrison's, we're going to come to like a staggered junction. Now you have to be careful there. I'll explain as we go down the road. But we're going to continue following this road down until we get to the main traffic lights at the end of the road. At the end of the road we turn left. So we're going to continue. As we go along, we're then going to turn left. Now as we go down this road, where it says no left turn, that is a one-way road that comes onto this road. So if that pedestrian crossing is triggered and it's red, don't block this road on the left. So this one on the left, do not block it. To go down this road, we can see these roadworks. So we need to be careful that we don't block the road as we're going down. So we're looking, we're going to reduce our speed a little to its BMW come up. Now we're going to carry on. We're going to go behind that white van and we're going to turn left. Now here, now we can see the bus coming, so we're going to reduce our speed. We may even stop. We may even stop. Like this. We're going to reduce our speed and we're going to stop, tyres on a tarmac behind the vehicle in front. There we are. So when we turn left here, your sat nav is going to tell you to take the third road on the right. So when we turn left here, we're going to take the third road on the right. As we start turning, we need to establish where that right turn is. Now, we're going to go past this van, we're going to follow the road ahead. And where that BMW is on the left hand side, there's an island. It's where that red car's emerging from. We're going to turn right there. Start your routine from here. Now we're going to stop where that right arrow is. We're going to stop inside there in a straight line. So you're going to look in your mirror, you're going to move to the right, and you're going to straighten up inside this box, and you're going to signal right, and you're going to stop here. And now we're looking at the speed limit of the road we're going into, and it goes into a 20. And you'll see that we're parked perfectly straight inside this box. This is a standard you need to be at for your driving test. And he's looked in his left door mirror, making sure traffic flow is suitable and it's able to go past him. And he's just looked in his right door mirror again, and he's looking for a cyclist that's turning right. So as we go down into this road, it's a small area, so be careful here, especially with an 810 test. So we're travelling at 17, which is reasonable for where you are. I'm aware that the camera's shaking, the mount is quite poor. I'm using my iPhone at the moment. Now it's a very compact area, so we're going to reduce our speed to go through this junction. He's made effective mirror checks and he's keeping his speed between 10 and 15. Now at this road is a two-way road, so there are cars coming up and down this road. So my pupil is keeping his speed between 10 and 15. At the end of this road, we are turning left. So he's keeping his speed reasonable and he's going to have to stop. And now we're going to carry on. This is why, now you'll notice that my pupil has gone onto the pavement slightly. That's how you fail a test. At the end of the road, turn left. Now behind us is a cyclist, so he has to give the cyclist a meter. Okay, now move forward and stop at the line. When it's safe, make your left. Look for the cyclist again. She's still behind us. That's fine. So we're going to continue following the road ahead. The speed limit is still 30. My pupil is doing 28, which is very reasonable. The speed limit is going to increase, so he looks in his rear view mirror like he's doing now, and he's going to increase his speed, and he's doing that now. The speed limit is still 40, but the traffic lights have gone red, so we're going to reduce our speed. We're going to stop just before the first solid white line. You'll see that shortly. We're going to stop at the first one we come across, which is this one here. That's fine. So we're now looking for the cyclist that we saw a few moments ago. Now, I'd be very surprised if she kept up with us. However, the incline, or rather the descent, is quite steep, so she could be behind us. So we're looking at our mirrors again, make sure she's not. Now, your sat-nav will tell you in 1.5 miles you're turning left. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn left at Kirkstall Hill, where the gym is, Kirkstall Leisure Centre, turning left there. So the speed limit is 40, so we travel at an appropriate speed. Currently we're doing 30 and it's increasing to 35. Now we're doing 37. Now the problem is with my car, it's an electric car, so it picks up speed very quickly. Unfortunately, when you pick up speed quickly, you've got to notice that cars behind you will slowly increase their speed, but then they will slowly decrease their speed. So you have to be aware of the speed that you're traveling at and the impact that you're having on others. This mount is atrocious, I do apologise. That noise that you heard, that was my car telling my pupil he's going over the lane. He wasn't. It's just a black line that my car thinks. Now, you will not fail your driving test if that happens in the car. If the car thinks that it's going over the line, as long as you've looked in the mirrors and as long as you know where you are and what you're doing. So now we're going ahead, and at this crossing we're going to go ahead. Now this crossing is triggered quite regularly. There's a box junction here as well. My pupil, I think, hasn't noticed a box junction, and he needs to. That's a little sarcasm to my pupil. Okay. So now we're following the road ahead. As we go ahead, we're going to get to the gym, the swimming bath, very, very soon. Now, in the distance, you can see the speed limit changing. The speed limit is going to go into 30. We can see it there. So now we're looking in the rear view mirror, adjust our speed, so we're going less than 30. That's better, so we're doing 28 now. So now we're going to turn left at the traffic lights. So now the road will open up into 3 or 4 lanes. So it widens up because it's a big junction. You need to look in your left door mirror and you need to stay close to the left. So stay close to the cycle lane on the left, which is exactly what my pupil's doing. So the lane discipline is explained to you there on that left hand side sign that you can see. So we're technically in the lane that goes to the A65, but we're turning left here at these lights. So we check our mirrors here and we signal left here, and we go through the left filter where this blue car's just turned now. So we're looking our left door mirror into our left blind spot and we turn left here. That's it. As we go ahead at the traffic lights, what we're going to do, we're going to turn left at these lights. So your instruction here would be at the traffic lights, turn left. This is where your sat-nav driving would finish. This is where he would verbally tell you what to do. Wait, yeah, we're turning left here. When we turn left here, soon we'll go into a 20 zone. Start turn. And we can see the 20 zone coming in. So now make sure, adjust your speed, make sure you're going at appropriate speed. Now we've got some speed humps to deal with as well, and this is a school zone, so make sure your speed is appropriate. So anything between 15 and 20 is reasonable. The school's not on today, and there's only speed humps that we're dealing with. Now speed humps, you're not going to fail your driving test for going over them too fast or too slow, but you'll damage the car if you go over them too fast. And if you're going too slow, you may hold traffic back. So you've got to find a sweet spot for going over these speed bumps. Now I usually push the speed bump under my seat as I'm driving. That way I find it easier. Now it's telling us when red shows you wait here. So we're going to keep the junction open. We're going to stop here where we are now. And that helps us keep the junction clear on the left. Also, if a large vehicle's coming through, he can maneuver, navigate himself round. We're going, and he looks in his right dormer and we carry on. He's also looked into his blind spot, so that's good driving. Now he's looked in his left door mirror, and now he's straightened his car up for the speed bump and he's going over it. This is good driving. So now we're going to continue following this road ahead. We're going to come across a roundabout. At the roundabout, we're going to follow the road ahead. The road ahead is a second exit.
So I should stay on the left side?
Yeah.
Left or right?
Explain.
So,
the roundabout is a fair distance away.
Okay.
It's a good, maybe 800 meters, yeah.
Okay.
When you get to the roundabout, you're going to take the second exit. You're going to go ahead, yeah. So soon we're going to, here's the roundabout here. Now we can see a funeral procession now, so we're going to slow down and we're going to stop to let all of them go. So approach the roundabout. It's courtesy to let them all come through. So we are going to let them all come through. So move a little to the right and stop at the roundabout if you need to. And if there's, yeah, okay, you can signal if you like. And go. Yeah, that's it. You don't need to signal to come off. You didn't actually need to signal to,
just go ahead, yeah.
It's just, if it helps people and it stops confusing people, then it's fine. So now you're going to get to another roundabout. At the next roundabout, you're going ahead. So now, what's the speed limit here, do you know?
20?
Nope, 30.
Sorry, 30, yeah.
30, yeah. So travel at an appropriate speed. So now we've got a parked vehicle to deal with. So he's parked there and this car's regularly here. So we check our mirrors here, we'll signal right, and then we'll look in our right door mirror and we'll go around the vehicle. You'll see we do it a good distance away. You don't need a signal to come back, just come back to your side of the road. If it was a moving vehicle, you'd have to signal left to come back in. So we've got a roundabout and we're going to go ahead. It's the first exit. So you have to give way to where the bus is. Anybody on your right or going round the roundabout. So we're going to stop to let the bus go through. So get to the start of your roundabout because the bus is going to go, then the red car is going to go. Where's the start of the roundabout? That's better. That's fine. We're going to go ahead now. So soon we're going to get to another roundabout. This bus will be turning left here. This is its bus route. We'll discuss that in another video. So he will turn left here, and this bus is a pain in the thing. You'll see that on another test route. That's your nemesis in Horsforth Test Centre. It's a bit like the number 42 in Hare Hills, which I'll discuss. So we've got to a crossing here. The crossing is after the roundabout. The roundabout, we're going to go ahead. So make sure your speed is appropriate here because the drivers can't see you because of this green box. So we're going to go ahead at the roundabout, second exit. That's it. And we go around roundabouts like this pupil's doing now. That's perfect. So now, as you're going ahead, what you're going to find is your sat-nav or your examiner will tell you to turn left very shortly. You will see an island in the middle of the road. It's immediately after the island that you turn left. you go into a 20 area. So keep going, you'll see it shortly. I think there's a sign for a junction there as well. So where that post box is, it's after the post box. It's round the corner. Yeah, there's a sign for the junction, so it's pre-warning you. So it's just round this corner, past these 2 trees that you turn left. So we're going to take the next road on the left. This one here. It's a very sharp left turn. That's better, yeah. And it goes into a 20. That's fine. Good. So now you're in a 20 area and it's narrow roads. Now you're on your way back to the test centre from here. Now that bus is usually parked there and we're going to follow the road round. Now the road gets very narrow, so we're going to take wide sort of turns. Keep going. Avoid slowing down so much. Keep to the right and see past him. Move more to the right. Yeah, a bit more to the right. Don't get too worried. Just reduce your speed as you're going through. That's it. It's a narrow area. It's where the bus stops. He's got to his 8 now. He's going to move off shortly. Keep going. So we're going to follow the road ahead, and at some point we're going to make a right turn, but it's a fair distance away yet. Now when you make this right turn, which is the next right, it's the next road on the right, you have to be very careful. The road bends to the right, so move to the right, then try and move back to your side of the road. So move to the right, keep going through, now move back to your side, keep moving, keep going, now turn right here. That's it. Now as you go down, be careful, because there could be a car flying up the road. So now we're using reflections of this black car to see if there's a car shooting up the road. Now keep to the right as you're going through. Now move to the right, now move to the left. Don't signal, we're going to go down there. And if there's any car coming up this road, you've got to have a plan B. Your plan B would be to hide between these cars. Remember, it's 20 here, so don't go too fast. And this is you on the returning back to your test centre. So the speed that we're travelling at is at 20. It's a little bit quick, but it's fine. You're not going over the speed limit. Follow the road round. Look round your corner. That's it. Yeah. Follow it round. Go a little quicker. Let the car travel on its own momentum. That's it. We're going to take the next road on the left, which is where them traffic lights are. So check your mirrors here. Signal left. That's it. Keep going. Take a wide turn. You got lights, okay? Yeah, over here. This will take you back to the test centre. So we're going to follow it round. Get to your white line. Now you slow down. You got lights. And that would fail your driving test. You've just gone over the line.
Okay.
Yep, you've just gone over it.
Okay, yes.
So something as simple as that, because the lights were red on approach. So when you're braking, you need to make sure you don't go over the line.
Okay.
When your lights are green, there's a red. Don't worry, you can carry on. You're going to clip the curb. That's right. That's your oversteering, okay? When you compensate. Are we in between 2 lanes? Okay. At the roundabout, we're going to turn right. It's 40 here, okay? And he's got good positioning here. Observations are reasonable. You can go. There's nothing to stop you. parking mirrors again to come off. That's brilliant. Do you need to cancel it? It's very important that the signals cancel before this road, otherwise you'll fail your driving test. And that's normal when you're all hyped up about coming off a roundabout. You're too concerned about getting off rather than making sure that you're appropriate sort of time signaled. So now you're on your way back to the test centre and you're going to park outside the test centre. So what we're doing now is we're going to find a safe place to park. So where that Golf is, we're going to park just behind the Golf, the grey coloured car on the left, where this fish and chip sign is. So we're going to park up here. Okay, now we can't, so we're going to park after, inside this car here. Yeah, bring it in. Bring it in, otherwise you won't bring it in. That's it. Slow it down or you're going to clip the curb. Now straighten up. Okay, that's fine. So park it. Okay, so what happened there, we went through a test route with my pupil. Now there was a couple of, forgive me, I'm having a little issue with my mount. So we went over a test route there. We had a couple of issues to fix in our sort of route there. One of them was how he's braking. Second was his steering. So they're two things that we're going to work on in this lesson and in our next lesson. I hope this video has been of some use to you. If it has, let me know. If it hasn't, let me know. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Thank you very much for watching.